Hey everybody, it's Mr. McKay. I just wanted to give you a quick video that kind of explains what we're doing in the final week of our food systems unit. So this is week three. As we kind of said in the beginning, the three of us, Dr. Bo and I, and Ms. Speck and I, um, we wanted this to be fun for you. And I think talking to all the students, folks have seemed to enjoyed it. And we wanted to wrap up with something in the third week that was more personal to you. And so I just wanted to explain what that is, and we'll do this really quickly. So we've titled week three, You're the Chef. And the idea is going to be we want you to tell us about a favorite food or a recipe for the food that you have. What is something you really love? Um, that that's going to really help us kind of get the passion coming out of you. I mean, if we're talking about things that we like, especially foods, we can really become very good at how we share and explain with others. And so that's what we're after here, is kind of wrapping up this food systems unit with you kind of sharing what you love about food. And we're going to take what we've learned in the first 2 weeks. And the first week is, where does our food come from? And then the second week was, how do we determine the nutrition of our food and how does that work in our body? We want to take all of that and kind of now put that into a task where you're using that information about something you love, one of your favorite dishes. Okay, so here's the deal. In week three, we're kind of wrapping this up, and so we're calling this kind of a final competency. So let me explain what we're going to ask you to do. So first, this week on Wednesday, we still have our discussion post. The discussion this week, though, is talking about the greatest thing you've ever eaten. So I want you to share with the group just a food that just blew you away, something you still think about today and just go, oh my God, that was the best ever. There's all kinds of shows like this on YouTube and food channels about people talking about the greatest thing I ever ate. And I'm really asking you to put that together for us about something you tasted. So you've got your discussion post, but then you've got two tasks that are due at the end of the week. And we're going to call that a competency. The first one, number two here, is you're going to create a nutritional label for your favorite recipe and propose changes to make it healthier. So in another video, I'm going to give you a full walkthrough of how to do this, but you need to start thinking right now about what's that food, what's that recipe going to be that I'm going to use to share with everybody else. So you're going to have a task where you build a nutritional label based on a recipe or a food. I'll show you how to do this, that you truly love. You're going to give me an output in Google Slides. So I've made you a template of just use this Google slide deck, drop the info in, play with it, have fun with it, make it pretty, whatever you want. Then you're going to share that to me, and that's your first half of the competency. The second task you have is you're going to choose one of the following things. So I've given you three choices. You're going to create a menu description of your favorite food. So just think about it like you've opened a menu at a restaurant and there it is. How would you describe it? What's the nutritional content? How much does it cost? Is there a picture? So a menu description. Second choice is just a video of you explaining how you cook your favorite recipe. So think of this like a video blog of just you talking about, this is how I do it. Even if you've never made it, I still think you can have fun creating a video of, well, here's the recipe, here's how I would do it. So again, it's meant to give you fun options. And then finally, if you don't like either of those, I'd love to see you write a thank you letter to someone in your life who cooked a meal for you that you just can't forget. When you want to think about the best food you've ever tasted, you think about this one. And I want you to write a letter to that person just saying, thanks, I've never forgotten this, and here's why. So it's not just thank you, it's why. Why was it so awesome? Okay, so you're going to make a choice of one of those three options at the bottom. You've got your discussion, and then you've got creating the label for your recipe. That's it for the week. So let me explain that. Here's the schedule for the week. On Monday, today, you're watching this video, and then you're going to watch a second video of just how to do the tasks I just described. So I go into more detail. I show you where stuff is. That's it for Monday. Because the work I'm asking you to do this week is a little bit more in depth on the end, I'm going to let you start now. So we're not going to give you additional tasks on Monday other than watching these videos, kind of getting yourself organized and thinking about it. And then the rest of the week is just to do the competency. That's it. On Tuesday, we've got a unique day, again, our Zoom call where we can answer questions and issues, but we also have a friend of Dr. Bonine's, a guest chef coming on that will talk about all things chef and food, whether it's you just want to talk about what it's like to be a chef, or you want to ask him how he'd do this competency. You know, how do you change ingredients of a recipe to make them healthier? So we've got somebody here that you can ask questions to. Wednesday, just submit your discussion post about the greatest thing you ever ate. Then Thursday, you're simply starting, really finalizing your competency. We have office hours Thursday afternoon to help you. And then Friday, finish your work, turn it in by Sunday evening. So that's kind of a map of this week, okay? That'll wrap up the food unit. Next week, you'll select a second science unit, whether it's energy or the arthropods, the insects. So this is gonna wrap up the food systems unit, and been really cool. All right, hey, last couple things. I just wanted to share with you, as we were in the classroom, the learning intentions and the success criterion. For the content, we are figuring out what the nutritional content is of one of our favorite foods and how do we make it healthier. The language learning intention is going to be using the vocabulary that we've been learning in the first 2 weeks about food and about nutrition and applying that to the output we're going to have this week. And then social learning, I want to create an online discussion about our favorite foods and share those with our classmates. So we're going to have a really interesting social interaction with that discussion. Success criterion, I can build a nutritional label for my favorite recipe. I can identify alternative ingredients that would make a recipe healthier. And I can create a presentation that displays my knowledge of the nutrition of my favorite food. So again, I know it's a little different. We're not all together in a room, but these are the same things we would do every day with every lesson. So this is what we're going to have this week. And we can talk about it as we go along, but this is what you're aiming for. Finally, I just want to put a plug in. I know it's not been the biggest topic we've had, but I didn't want people to forget about the Empowers goal that we have for our science unit. Remember, you're doing 2 3-week units. You're starting to complete the first one. That's 6 weeks. We've asked you to do one of two things. Either you just finish your yearly goal that you've had all along, whatever Lexile level you were at, or you complete 20 Empowers during the 6 weeks we're together. So these 3 weeks, and then the next 3 weeks coming up. Again, if you've had me in my classes, I've always told you, I think this is a fantastic way for us to get our Lexile up as we're starting to get into the advanced years of high school, where the reading is so much more complicated and it's required. So, this is a great exercise for you. And I know sometimes you just feel like, I don't want to do this, but I really encourage you to take the time, do a couple every day. I think 20 over 6 weeks just simply amounts to, a little over 3 per week. You guys know that doesn't take that long. So please take the time to do it. All right. Okay. That's it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up. When you're done with this one, go to the next video that explains how to do the competencies this week. And I go into more detail. So, all right. See you guys all soon.